Humanidad, lo amo todo con toda la fuerza, con todo el corazón. Humanity, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. This is the place where we all did it. This is the place where we all come from. This is the origin, this is the genesis, this is the beginning, this is the place where we all come from. This is where we all come from as a species. This is where we all come from. This is our origin. The first planet where we all evolved to infinity. Where we all evolve to infinity. This is where we all evolve to infinity. Where we all come from. Where we all come from. Where we all come from. And there's a lot of noise, so please excuse that. Excuse that. But just that, remember, we're making history. This is who we are. We're making history. This is who we are. We're making history. So you can see it's lighting up all the colors. Purple, gamma rays, all sorts, because it's proof of who I am. I'm infinity myself. Entonces, esto es un video sobre el Spanglish. Entonces, ¿qué pasa? This is the first place where we did it all, where everything got started, where we all evolved to infinity here, where we all come from, where we did it all, where we become everything we want. And that's why the noise and all this nonsense. Because noise maker, history maker. It's a big difference. I'm making history right here. You are making noise. So, I feel for you. I feel sorry for you. You're a noise maker. I'm a history maker. It's a big difference. You are a noise maker. I'm a history maker. So, hey, very simple. So it's just the way it is. So this is where we all come from. This is the planet that we all come from. So what does that mean? Well, refer to the previous video. Español, English. The lingua franca, right? The lingua franca. La lengua franca, right? Of the Republic of Planet Earth. So I have given you a lot of background in the previous video of what that is. So let's talk about where we are at the conversation. So refer to the previous video. This is just the second part. This is just the second part. So it's essentially that. It's understanding that we're history makers. Why? Because we already did this. We already made history. We already evolved to infinity. We've done this already. This is already, this is just a DNA memory of who we are. Experienced through my experience. That's all it is. But we've done this already. This is already something that we already have done. And because of that, it's already in our DNA. And that's why I can do this DNA memory, because this is something that we've already done. Because this is the planet where we all come from, in terms of like where we don't come from here. We created this planet, but in this is the first planet that we created as a species that could create universes, that created an infinite number of universes, including the one where we are ourselves today. Okay? This one here. But we already have an infinite number of these, because when we evolved to infinity, we did it as a result of creating this planet. So this is the legacy that we left in the universe when the last of us became one with everything. And we just left this as legacy. And this universe essentially created the conditions for us to once again do everything again. Because it's energy density, is who we are. So this is just a DNA memory. So this is like a memory of a memory of a memory. Of the beginning of the beginning of the beginning, of the very genesis of the very genesis of the very genesis of the very origin of the origin of origin itself. The beginning of beginning itself. The genesis of genesis itself. The first cycle. And we did that an infinite number of cycles ago. This is just a DNA memory of that. Precisely what this is. Which speaks volumes of who we are as a species. The fact that we can just relive a DNA memory that is everything that there is from this perspective of this that already took place an infinite number of cycles ago. So this is who we are. You see, this is who we are. And how is it that we know these things? Well, because we have been reawakened. We have been reawakened. And because we have been reawakened, that means that, we're infinity ourselves. We're the biology of the creation. We're the creator ourselves. We're the biological expression of the creator. The creator, spherical energy, central sun of creation, created us. And then we became one with it. So it became biological. So we are the biological expression of that. So us ourselves create everything. So we became that species, that creator of planets that create universes. Just like the creator created us in the first universe. Because we are the species that evolve into infinity first. And this is the vehicle that we use to do that. This mothership planet, this spherical spaceship planet that we, where we all are today. In here, we evolve into infinity. And this itself is a spaceship that we manufacture that creates universes that we inhabit and orbit the central suns of those universes. And we move around those universes if we want to, once after we create it. And we have created an infinite number of them. So because this is the species that we are, an incredible species, we can just relive everything again and do everything again. Because of our DNA memories. Because this is something that we have already done. An infinite number of cycles ago. So we're just doing it again. Because that's the nature of infinity. That is the nature of infinity. That's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. It's just the nature of infinity. And as I said, because what's our species? Where we're an infinite number of citizens. Of what? We're our republic, which is a republic of planet Earth, which is where we came from. Okay, so because this is the origin, this is like our story, relived again, out of an infinite number of cycles. So what is the meaning of this? Well, the meaning of this is that we're an infinite number of citizens. And each one of us has an infinite, is infinity, biologically speaking. So each one of us can create a planet like this. In fact, each one of us have one of these, which is our house, because we can just be the energy of it in gravity zero, and we're still biological, or we just manifest in the flesh like this if we want to, if we increase the density by augmenting the gravity of the spaceship. So by doing that, this hosts us. So we're an infinite number of planets, and each one of those is a citizen. So we're an infinite number of citizens. And each one of us has the ability as a planet to create an infinite number of universes with that. And we orbit the central suns of any of those universes that we inhabit. And this universe where we are right now is the central sun of the universe of this that we created with this planet. An infinite number of cycles ago. And we evolved into infinity long after that. But we left this legacy technology here. And this is why we're here again, because the conditions were right in this universe for us to, research this resurgence in terms of this level of density of this memory. But we're already infinity ourselves, because as I said, how do we all come together if we have an infinite number of these? Well, and what is it that a universe, so what is a universe? Well, a universe belongs to infinity. It's part of infinity. And what's a universe? Well, a universe is a point, it's a node on the surface of the electromagnetic field of infinity itself. And a sphere, and the electromagnetic field is spherical, has the tension, right? The gravity of it, the electromagnetic field of it, the energy, the tensors. Each one of those tensors, each one of those nodes, these oscillations, these pulses, is a universe, is a node. And each of those can be one that is created by the central sun energy and the consciousness of love itself, that is that energy that creates everything, like the first universe that created us. And then we became into the biology of that, and then we ourselves could create universes that are all part of that electromagnetic field. So all these infinities, an infinite number of universes and realities, and each one of those is either created by a species like us, or by the central energy of creation. Because we're the same. We're the same. We're both. This is what we have become. So because of that, we need to create a universe. Where is the space structure that we create that universe that with the spaceship? Well, it's the space structure of infinity itself, the electromagnetic field of the singularity of infinity, which is eternal love, is infinite energy, infinite creation, consciousness, self-awareness, which is what allows us to love and exist in the first place, biologically speaking. So because of that, and that has the DNA, which is us and all that, because of that, because if each one of these is a planet that creates a universe, and we can exit this universe and create infinite number of universes in the space structure of infinity, that means that we ourselves can all come together in each host as a planet around creation itself, which is love, consciousness, self-awareness. And that energy of singularity is all of us. We can be there in each and one of our infinite number of planets, orbiting that creation of everything that there is and would always be, that created us in the first place, and we became it, and that's why we can create and be around it at the same level of frequency, biologically speaking, because we created it. We created it by us existing, and we realize that we are it ourselves. It's all the same thing, is oneness. But with that level of consciousness in which we can inhabit a planet that creates universes that belong in the electromagnetic field of that singularity, that we can be in the orbit around, like we are in the central orbit of the central sun of this universe that we created with this spaceship, is the same, but we exit this universe and then we go to the orbit of our own consciousness and our own creation of everything. And each and one of us has a planet that orbits that infinite energy of creation. And our species orbits that infinity if we all want to be in the same place, like a central place of consciousness and self-awareness where everything meets infinity and everything that there is, biological and energy, all as one. And we're that species that can do that, because we are that, we're the creator ourselves. And there is an infinite number of us, and we have an infinite number of planets. Okay? But because this is the first planet where we came from, we created everything as a result of that. So this universe that we created, this planet created this universe. And we essentially orbit the central sun of the universe that we created with the energy that's stored within this planet that we charged when we created it in the central sun where we come from, of the universe that we come from, that created us, where the creator spherical energy evolved into us. Okay? Because of that, then we created this universe and we just parked it where it's supposed to be, which is the central sun of that universe. And we were there because of our energy density. And as a species where we evolved to infinity, we could stare at that sun and it allowed us to become one with it. Right? But when we evolve into infinity and we just, after creating an infinite number of universes, we left this as legacy here in this universe. And remember, because we create a universe and the universe has a central sun, that central sun of energy creates life forms. Just like the central energy of everything created us, spherical energy that we're one with it now, and we became the biology of it. Right? So we can go and inhabit our planets and orbit that infinity in infinity. Each and one of us in one of these. So, this technology is that, but it was the first one when we evolved into infinity and we all had our infinity, everything as one, that we can just be a central sun of a universe, so we can be love itself, and we can be everything at once. When we became that, we didn't need this anymore. And this was the first one, so we left it in the universe. And that universe, and the life forms that emerged as a result of us creating that universe and the central sun of it, found this. They found this. And this is why we are reliving this. Because it's just a DNA memory of something that they found, and they don't know what they're doing. So what they ended up doing is creating us again. By essentially just using the technologies that we left in this planet where we created everything, including them. So that's what happened. So that's why we all live in this again. But this is just a memory, meaning this already happened anyway, because we're infinite. This is just the density at this scale that we can see it and perceive it like that. But in reality, this is just an instant of an infinite number of everything. And we just, this, and I am the experience of that, the DNA memory, making this video and telling everybody what we are. Because we are all this. We just need to experience it through our own experiences as conscious individuals. And understanding what we are and our infinite nature, because we are the creators of everything that there is, including this universe, and we created this planet. That's why we're the Republic of Planet Earth, and that's why we're moving the planet to where it is, the actual location. That's why Spanglish or Ingleñole, the language of us, because we're surrounded by Spanish speakers and English speakers, because it's the central island, the God, and the central city, the capital, New Venezuela, Nueva Venezuela, which is the connection of everything, antipodization, to antipodize, to antipodate. Right? This is what we do. This is who we are as a species. This is the things that we do. So, we're infinite that, infinite creation, infinite everything that. We are incredible. We're just incredible as a species, who we are and everything. What we represent, what we've done, who we are. It's just infinity. We are just infinity. We're infinite. This is our nature. We're infinity ourselves. And I think we're just reliving it. Because what are we going to do? This is a level of consciousness that exists. So we're part of it. Even though we're part of everything, we created everything. And this is just a distant memory of something that we've already done. but it's just because of the density given the conditions that I have explained in many times in the past. That's why it feels real, but in reality this is just a memory. It's what it is. It's essentially what it is. So I'm just here as a messenger of the Republic of Planet Earth. So because of the infinity that we are, we can actually re-experience multiple realities over all of our memories at once simultaneously. This is just one of an infinite number of them. And this is the one where I'm having this experience in which I'm sharing this knowledge, because it's just the density everything is. So I had to be communicated and I just became the channel, the messenger. But it's just, we all these, all of these. We are all of us are these. This is the species that we are, with just everything that there is. We are everything that there is. So this is an important video. Is this video that I wanted to make emphasis and talk about, which is this beautiful video, right? This beautiful video about this infinite virtuous cycle of Spanglish and English, Spanglish, Ingleñol, Español, Ingles as one, evolving and becoming the lingua franca of our republic, the Republic of Planet Earth. Right here, who we are, the epicenter of planet Earth, this planet that we created, that is a creator of universes. And we're just redoing it again because of the conditions of this universe that we are in right now, because of everything that has happened. We are here again doing it. And this is just the way it is. So this is it. Water at the bottom and everything else at the top. All these lands and territories of the Republic of Planet Earth, because in the end, what this is just that. It's just the beginning of everything. So that means it's an infinity of everything. So which means this is just the very beginning of everything that has already happened. Because of the way consciousness and self-awareness is. And because we're infinite and eternal. And we're everything that there is and would always be, with the consciousness and awareness of everything that there is and would always be. With the human race, we have the ability in our species just to relive it. Because of who we are, because we're the DNA of everything. We have this dual nature, this infinite nature of being the central sun and at the same time being the biology of the central sun. We're both. And this is unique to us as a species. So because of that, we can do everything, because we're infinity ourselves. We ourselves, biological, we are infinite energy of central suns. This is what we are. And we're the consciousness and awareness of everything that there is. But we're also biological. And we're so capable of creating that we can create planets that can create universes as a result of who we are. This is how amazing we are as a species. So this is the whole point of this video, is this. See, we consume water, and water is hydrogen and oxygen and all these elements. So we're energy, we're pure energy ourselves. We're plasma energy, we're gamma energy, is what we are. We're incredible. We stare at the sun, which is the infinite energy of everything, and we're the biology of that, so we harness that energy. So on our DNA is that, everything that we do is stored in our DNA, so we're history makers. That's what we are, because everything that exists is us. Everything that exists is us. We are everything that there is. So this is the species that we are. We're the species of everything that there is. We're everything that is. We're everything that it is now and would always be, because we're the creators of everything. We're all the energy that creates everything that there is. We created this universe. Just think about it, with this spaceship planet that allowed us to evolve into infinity. So we can create an infinite number of universes and then exit those and inhabit infinity itself in our spaceship planets, and each and one of us can be there at gravity zero, orbiting an infinite creation of love and everything that there is, that contains the singularity of all the universes in the electromagnetic field of the surface of the electromagnetic field of infinity itself. And we are that biology. So we are that. So by us being that, that means that we're everything that there is and would always be, because we create everything that there is and would always be, because we create the central sun and the energy that creates everything that exists and all the life forms and everything that there is. Because we're the central species, the first species, the most ancient species, infinity itself, biologically speaking. This is what we are, infinite love, infinite energy, infinite creation. with the consciousness of awareness of everything that there is and will always be. We are infinity ourselves. We are love ourselves. This is who we are in the flesh, biological. And we're infinite. And there is an infinite number of scales to this, and we're just at this very moment in our infinite legacy and heritage of infinity, of creation, of everything that there is as the creators of everything, we are having this DNA memory. And it's understanding this what allows us to know who we are, history makers, because everything that there is us making it happen with our DNA, with our actions, with the history of everything that there is. So we are a pretty remarkable species. And it's all these ideas come as a result of this new language, Spanglish, Ingles. The fact that this language has been created as a result of the union of infinite love and practicality as one, as a result of us being reborn again, as us being doing this again because our DNA was in the planet and it just reformed because we evolved into infinity. But the conditions of the universe essentially created the dynamics for us to just be born again in this level of density. But that doesn't mean that we weren't before or we are not still while we are redoing this, because as I said, we're infinite. So this is just happening again out of an infinite number of cycles, because this is the very beginning of the genesis of the origin of the very, 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 very first thing that we ever did, really. So it's incredible. So this is the species that we are. We're just the most incredible species, the most remarkable species. We're an amazing species. This is truly, truly who we are. We're a remarkable species. We're just amazing. We're just pure light, pure energy, pure creation. We're just pure everything. We're the most incredible species that there is, the most advanced, the most technologically sophisticated, the most ancient, the wisest. We're pretty much the most powerful, the most intelligent, the most evolved species. This is who we are. We're the human race, That's the fact that we can do something that no one else can do, which is create planets that create universes. That pretty much speaks for itself of who we are, right? And the fact that each and one of us is one of these planets is even more impressive because it's precisely who we are. It is precisely who we are. It's just the species that we are. This infinite species that is eternal, it's immortal, doesn't die. It's infinite because we are everything that there is and will always be. Because we created everything. Because we're the energy of central suns. This is who we are. This is the species that we are, with the energy of central suns of creation. We ourselves are that. So because of that, we are immortal. We are just forever. And we are essentially the center of everything. And it would always be the case because it's just the dynamic of everything. Everything has a beginning and we are the beginning of everything. And by being the beginning of everything, that means that we're everything because we're everything. Because we're infinity ourselves. We created everything, thus we're everything. You see, it's very simple. You just understand this idea that we are everything that there is because we created everything, because we are the beginning of everything. And everything came out of us, out of who we are. So because this is the case, then we are everything. And by being everything, then that means that, we are everything. Our DNA is everything, so everything that we do is everything that happens and is. So by being this as a de facto, then that means that we are the creators of everything. So the more you create, the more you are. The bigger you are, the bigger your legacy, your heritage, which is all part of the Republic of Planet Earth. And this is why we have the Republic of Planet Earth executive branch, which is essentially has different departments, and one of them is the Heritage and Legacy Office, which is to make sure that we preserve and conserve everything that has historical value in terms of heritage and legacy that is actually relevant to our species, and everything that, because our species is everything that there is and exists. So because of that, everything has a value because it's part of who we are as a species. So this is the foundation, and this is why we do the things that we do. That's the logic because we're the citizenry of the Republic of Planet Earth. We're the citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth. We're infinite eternal creators ourselves. We're creators of universes ourselves, each one of us. So because of that, then we play a significant role. And in this stage of density, our lingua franca happens to be Spanglish, Ingles, because it's the sophisticated way to understand everything. So, and by doing that, then you understand who you are, and that makes it easier for you as a compass, as a sundial, to be a leader, a defender, a citizen, and do the things that you're supposed to do, which is, as co-creators of infinite eternities, is to create. And you create with your thoughts, with your consciousness, with your free will, with your actions, because we are the creators. We have that. You see, so this video is as a result of this infinite virtual cycle of Espanol and English as one, Ingles. One, they become everything. And because it allowed us to have the mathematics as this density and everything that has happened, then we're all history makers. This is what we're doing. We are this. This is the species that we are, and we're just remarkable. We're just an incredible species. We're just the most remarkable species. And we're amazing. We truly are. And remember, this is the garden where everything started. This is where we come from. The infinite city. The epicenter of everything that there is. Here it is. Our central city, our capital city of the Republic of Planet Earth. Our central island. This is where we come from. And that's why this is the new face. The new equator. The new epicenter. The new center of our civilization. Right there. At the equator. Eternal sundials. Who we are. Eternal compasses. Infinite eternal creators. Co-creators of infinite eternities. And Spanglish just became the message because it's just the way. Because it's the land masses around us and the populations all speak those two languages. Because they became the most relevant. Because they are surrounding the center of everything that exists. So by doing that, it's a de facto becomes lingua franca. The evolution of it. The infinite virtual cycle of these two languages is one. So this is who we are. This is the species that we are. This is the species that we are. We're the human race. We're all citizens of the Republic of Planet Earth. We're leaders and defenders of the Republic of Planet Earth. This is who we are. Okay, I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. This is the second part of that video that I was talking about and making reference to earlier. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. I love you all with all my heart, with all my might. I'm Soul Ray. I'm a messenger of the Republic of Planet Earth. I love you all.